Luxe Hexpeak V4A or Lanshan 2? Which tent would I trust in strong winds and heavy rain?
Since my Lanshan 2 failed on a mountain top, I've wanted to test its replacement in similar conditions to see how it would perform. I got a lot of feedback at the time saying it wasn't designed for bad weather, and I've since replaced it with the Hexpeak, but I was still curious to see how far it could be pushed. So with a forecast for strong winds and heavy rain, I decided to head down the coast into the worst of the weather and pitch the tents side by side and see how they compared to each other.
Well, as you can see, it was blowing an absolute hoolie. I was struggling to get pegs into the rocky ground using a rock as a hammer to slowly break through the surface. Such conditions are commonplace when wild camping though, so it's a worthwhile exercise in real world setups. I'd chosen this location as it was open to the southern winds, which were forecast to be gusting around 38 to 45 miles per hour. I didn't measure the exact speeds at the time, but it definitely wasn't pleasant. While the Hexpeak takes a bit longer to pitch due to the sheer amount of pegs, it's actually very easy thanks to its sturdy single pole design. Once the central pole is raised, the pyramid profile starts to deflect the worst of the wind's force. By contrast, the Lanshan 2 with its paper-thin flysheet and two-pole design is actually quite hard to pitch in adverse weather, and this affects its overall performance. Once a single pole is raised, the wind then catches the loose flysheet like a sail, making it very difficult to pin down. It was at this stage that my previous disaster occurred, and I can now see why. while these are not the kind of weather conditions I would normally aim to camp in, past experience has taught me the hard way that forecasts can be completely wrong and that the weather can change in the blink of an eye. The Hexpeak is a very sturdy, quiet and capable shelter, and the more I use it, the safer I feel. It continues to prove itself in the conditions I find myself in, and for that reason, I'd take it every time. While the Lanshan didn't rip this time, I still wouldn't feel confident in its structural integrity during high winds. I really wanted to love the tent as it offers fantastic space at a light weight, but I just cannot trust it to protect me. Bad weather is not a joke, and preparation can be the difference between getting home safely or, well, not. With that in mind, which of these tents would you trust?